Alright guys, here we go. This is last of the videos for the most recent pickups of 2014. If you've been around the websites, sneaker websites lately, and I'm sure you've read that Ronnie Fieg and the guys over at KITH are doing big things already to bring in 2014 with a fucking bang. And sure enough, man, this guy never fucking disappoints. Pictures popped up of Puma Disc Blaze, probably right around the holidays, right after the holiday, or actually the New Year maybe, somewhere around that time. Anyway, long story short,
it was between Christmas and New Year, I think.
Something to that effect. Long story short, you know, the information started coming probably quicker than usual, that you know, Ronnie decided to take this next project over to Paris for Fashion Week out there. Coat of Arms is what, you know, the name of the whole project is, and there was you know, collaborations with you know, other fashion designers. You had sweatpants, jackets, sweatshirts, shirts. There was like iPad cases. There was an iPhone case, backpacks. So I mean, a ton of shit that dropped. But the bread and butter, of course, were the Puma Disc Blaze, and two colorways that come with this pack, this project. One is a coral color, and the other one was the Cove color, his you know, his bread and butter go-to color. So that's what we have here in front of us. These actually dropped in the U.S. after the Paris pop-up shop. So you know, we were fortunate enough to get our hands on them. They actually dropped online today, and this past weekend they actually dropped in another KITH pop-up shop, but in New York City. So let's take a look at it. Now, if you remember Ronnie's first Disc Blaze, the Cove, you know, it was sweet. I mean, that's basically the way to say it. Just this fucking sweet colorway. These, I'm gonna be honest with you, they blow the first pair away, and I'll explain it to you when I get into the shoe. Not only because you know, the addition of a new colorway we see, but just the way that the color blocking, you know, was done on this shoe, the materials that he chose, everything is fucking on point. Let's talk about the corals first. All right, the coral colorway. It's more of a dark salmon, if you will. Definitely not pinkish. A little bit of more of an orange colorway. But you know, the motif on both shoes is the same, as you can see. It's just really the toe box. You know, the toe paneling is, you know, different color, obviously, different material, and the rest of the shoe is just bananas. So for the coral, he used nubuck. All right, the nubuck suede is used on this, perforated as always. All right, you can see that. It's, you know, smooth, silky, you know, the typical top-notch, you know, nubuck that you would expect from Ronnie. That's what he used on this one. Now, when you get into the rest of the shoe, everything else, you're looking at premium leather. You're looking at neoprene. You know, you're looking at the smoky, whatchamacallit, the smoky fucking ankle guard, or, you know, side paneling. Whatever, you know,
I thought you were going to say Smokey the fucking Bear for a minute.
Whatever you want to call it, that's what he kind of utilized. You know, translucent, kind of see-through. Then there's hits of 3M all around the shoe. So, you know, the midsole, it's a speckled 3M, obviously. And if you watched one of Ronnie's recent interviews, he described how they did this process with the speckled 3M. It was more of a kind of like a paint over process. You know, he said that they went through like, I think, what did he say, 12, 8 or 12, I forgot the exact number, 8 or 12 different samples just to get the fucking, the speckling on the midsole done, and it's fucking crazy. If you run your fingers through it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's not something that was just kind of like slapped on or like heat transferred on. You could actually feel the different
Texture.
the different texture of the paint itself. So the actual 3M speckles is a little bit bumpier, on the midsole, and you'll see what I mean if you get a pair. But then, back to the rest of the shoe. What I like about it, you have the premium. This is definitely like fucking
butter,
super soft kangaroo leather, used on the top part of the sock liner, or the insole liner, whatever you want to call it. It's also, you want to zoom in on that, on the side paneling right here, and then also on the Puma swoosh. All right. You go around the shoe, then you'll see the heel guard also has a hit of that premium leather. Okay.
What do we got in the heel guard there? What is the?
Well, it's embossed. The RF embossing is on all the shoes. I'm sure I don't have to explain what that stands for.
Is that really fine?
He should just change it to TK or TM, the master.
The master.
TK was the king, but whatever. I mean, when it comes to shoes, he is point blank. And if anyone wants to disagree with me, go fuck yourself, because I'm right. All right, on the inside of the shoe, again, you'll see the kangaroo leather again on the on the mid paneling, but now the Puma swoosh is 3M, and take a picture with the flash, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain it. It's sick. It's sick the way that it pops off. It's just fucking bananas.
You would think the outside, I mean, I'm just trying to interject for a second. You would think the outside would be, when you walk, especially if you're walking at night, I'm just saying.
Right, you got to remember, the entire shoe has 3M speckling around it already. Yeah. So and again, it's genius. He didn't want to overdo it, and that's why it's it's pretty much just on the inside of the inner paneling. So anyway, there you go. That's the Coral edition. Now, everything is the same on the Cove, except for the material used in the toe box.
Such a difference.
Premium pigskin suede, and now you've heard me say it a million times. I'm a pigskin fucking slut, whore bag, tease, whatever you want to call it. Pigskin is just that's my choice. I'll take pigskin on fucking anything, any type of shoe. It's all that's what it's all about. But the coloring, again, the typical Cove coloring that you saw, on the first Puma disc that he dropped. On some of the other shoes that had the Cove, staple stamp to it. So the texture of the shoe, again, you'll notice it right off the bat between the Coral, the nubuck, and then the premium pigskin suede. Again, he didn't disappoint with this one. But as far as the rest of the shoe, the same thing goes with the leather, with the midsole speckling of the 3M, and then you got the 3M on the inner part of the shoe as well. The other cool thing, and I don't know if people have seen it yet, let me just take out the insoles. Each shoe has a pretty fucking dope insole for the COA, coat of arms, the branding. There you have it, man. That is a fucking really nice design, if I say so myself. I think it fucking adds a nice little addition to the shoe.
I think he's just, and I hate this. People say you're dick riding or whatever. The guy's just really fucking good at what he does.
Bro, he is.
You say what you want about other other sneaker companies and other people that do collabs and.
Listen,
This guy's just really good, and believe me, I was a Nike guy for a really long time.
he's ahead of his time.
So far.
And people are trying to catch up. People are trying to mimic what he does, and
People say, "Oh, how hard is it to make an all red shoe?"
go ahead, do it. That's what I say to him. Obviously, people have tried to do a lot of things that he's done, and not that they failed, but they come up short. I mean, listen, designing a shoe is not easy by any stretch of the imagination, but it just seems that for Ronnie, it comes just naturally. It's just fucking second nature. And yeah, he's been in the business for a long time, but it shows, and here's the proof. So anyway, this is the first drop of 2014 from Ronnie and KITH. 2014 is just going to be a ridiculous year for him, and for all the drops that are coming out. So
these shoes were so good, I even got them.
there you go. And at first I wasn't even a fan of the Puma Disc itself, but with the modifications he made, especially to the toe box, dude, it's such a comfortable shoe. Stay true to size. I know some people say that it runs a little bit big. Some people I've even read say that it runs a little bit small. I don't see it with my pairs. I stayed with the 12. That's my typical size. So again, if you're gonna ask me how do they run, I'm gonna tell you stay true to size, and you'll be happy that you did. So there you have it. Ronnie Fieg, KITH NYC, Puma Disc Blaze, coat of arms. You have the coral, you have the cove. The year just started, man, and it started off with a big fucking bang. So, stick around, stay tuned, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit. Big shout outs to my man, Adam Z, for hooking up the shirt. Gray knit, off the hook. Thanks again, homie, and we'll see you guys soon. Peace.